One of the key goals of mathematics education is building problem-solving skills. How does a mathematician approach problem solving? What does it mean to think like a mathematician?
My name is Fern Hunt. I'm a mathematician at the National Institute of Standards and Technology. I think in elementary school, I think I was probably adequate. I couldn't say that I was really a fan of mathematics. I work with other NIST scientists, physicists, engineers, chemists on problems that are of importance to United States business and industry, as well as scientific problems in general. One project involves properties of materials, especially as visible light falls upon them.
Yeah. It's a very fine structure, and it looks like smoother or something. Sure.
And you might wonder why we're working on a problem like that. Well, it turns out this is a problem of great importance to industry. For example, like the paint industry, the automobile industry, the paper industry. All of these and others are involved in the manufacturing of materials, and they need to know how they are going to appear in order to be able to better design them, in order to be able to continue to invent new materials.
All the way over to here.
Well, you have two parameters at least, right?
Yeah.
Particle size and particle space. And so as a function of angle, we should see this rainbow effect.
In this project, Fern will eventually come up with new equations for how light is scattered by physical materials. This may help industry create computer simulations of materials that haven't been invented yet. To Fern, solving difficult mathematical problems like this is a little like working on a puzzle or a game.
It turns out that many of the same skills, many of the same problems, many of the same insights that we need in order to solve difficult problems involve the principles that can be found in games and puzzles. Billions of people do games and puzzles of various kinds. And I think not only to refresh ourselves, but it engages the creative powers of the mind. And for any problems, no matter how serious, the creative powers of the mind are needed in order to solve them. So, for example, suppose this is an example of a problem. Although it doesn't look terribly mathematical, it is in a sense that I hope you'll see and you'll agree with. And this is a game. It's about 100 years old, and it's known as the Tower of Hanoi. The object of the game focuses on this tower of 8 discs. We want to move this tower of discs from the peg here on the right to the peg here on the left.
You may know this puzzle. It's called the Tower of Hanoi. Do you know the story that goes with it? They claimed there was an order of monks in the city of Hanoi concerned about when the world was going to end. And so they made a puzzle like this, which has 100 discs in it. And they spend all of their time, of course they eat and sleep and things like that, but when they're not doing things like that, they spend all their time working to solve that puzzle. And when they have it done, that's supposed to be when the world ends. Okay, and I thought it might be interesting to figure out when the world is going to end, so we know. The rules are you can only move 1 disc at a time, and what else?
You can't move a bigger one or too small.
You can never put a bigger one on top of a smaller one. I want you to do it.
I want to see it.